Citizens with
Deb and our wonderful guest, Andrea.
Andrea.
You know our Jim.
Welcome.
Welcome. Hola, buenos dias.
And it's
Bom
Andrea.
dia.
Yes, bom dia. Portuguese.
Good morning.
A little
Miss
bit
Brazil.
of everything.
This was Miss Brazil.
Buongiorno.
And her name is Andrea Albertini. Now it's like an
Andrea, I know, right?
Andrea Albertini.
Albertini.
Just like Deborah Colalella.
I love
Deborah Colalella.
Tarantella.
I'll be like the
All the Italian names.
La, 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 la. You could, happy Friday, everybody. You could see it's Friday. You know
Yes.
that. And we're not giddy. This is how we are all the time. We're giddy.
I
it's
love
good to be
it.
goody. Yeah, goody, giddy, whatever.
I love it.
Yeah, we
Anyway.
want to be happy. You know, it's just
Yes.
part of life. You know?
Yes.
I'll tell you, this is my first time meeting this beautiful lady over here. Andrea, I have to tell you, I'm very impressed with your background. Horizons Care Services
Yes.
is what
And look
this
at
beautiful
and,
lady
and look
has
at the
to
logo,
offer.
the eagle. We have an
I
eagle
am
here
going to
with us.
have, I don't know if you can
Let me
see,
put it
here's
right.
Andrea's business card.
Look at the beautiful
Andrea.
photograph.
Thank you.
Andrea Albertini. And Horizon Care Services is home health care and
Yes.
other management of care services that we'd like to discuss this morning because it's so important for all of us.
It is so imperative. The health care that we need today is so very imperative. And this wonderful lady is going to share with us
Yes, 'cause
what she
sometime-
has to offer.
Sometime in our lives, we all need home health care services.
Yes.
I went through it with my mother. I took care of her for 10
Yeah.
years. She
God
had
bless.
Alzheimer's toward the end. And that it affects all of our lives. My
Yes.
father, when I was 15, he died. And we cared for him at home.
Yeah.
Very young.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
you were very young
Yes.
when you passed.
And
Wow.
we took care of, and back there they didn't have hospice. So my mother and my sister and I, physically, we took care of his needs until he passed. It was, quite
Very
quite-
tough job.
Very
Yeah.
challenging for sure.
We didn't have Horizon Care Services back then.
No.
But we do now, and you all can benefit from it. By the way, how did you pick the name Horizon Care
Yes.
Services?
I have no idea how that come about.
Because we're Bright Horizons, and I thought, wow,
Exactly,
Horizon. Well,
yeah.
on the horizon.
The
it's
horizon.
It's the future.
I think
Yeah,
it's
it's the
because
future,
it's
it's the
limited.
happiness.
Like horizon is kind of like it's limited because when the sun comes up, so many wonderful, beautiful things
Yes.
come alive
Yes.
and
So
life
true,
come
so
alive.
true.
And we wake up and here we are on this beautiful day. So
Yes, we're so happy to have you here with us.
We
and
are.
thank you.
And
for
you and your
having me.
husband started the company, right?
Yes, we started a company about 20 years ago. We just celebrated 20 years.
Congratulations.
Last Friday, a week from
wonderful.
today.
Did you have a party?
I didn't have a party yet. We were just very busy last week,
Well,
and
that's wonderful.
it was an honor. It was an honor I dedicated 40 years of my life to care for seniors
Oh, that's beautiful.
and the disabled, and so it was kind of like an emotional moment. I
Yes.
cry, I laugh,
Aw.
I pray.
Well, we can see the halo. It gets brighter and brighter and brighter above your head.
Thank you.
Saint Andrea, Santa Andrea. Well, the beauty is you bring your love and your care and nature to people, and by starting the company and the people that you hire. Tell about your staff.
Yeah, so I started Horizon Care Service 20 years ago with $10,000 and swiping credit card and a credit card machine.
And we know how that is.
Oh, amen to that.
Yeah.
But only in America, right?
Yes.
The beauty of being in America.
Yep,
right.
Yes,
Starting
and
End of the
business.
free. Right?
And just hard work. So Horizon Care Service is a long-term care agency, and we provide hourly living care. So we're kind of like the long-term care agency. Instead of you going to a nursing home or going to assisted living, we do everything.
It's so important to keep people
so
home.
important.
Yeah.
Keep your
So
loved ones
important.
home.
Some people are great at home and some people are not
Right.
because they need the socialization.
Right.
And so sometimes, if your mom or dad needs an assisted living, let us help. Because sometimes, you gotta understand that you have to choose the right community for the right person.
yes.
And that's a very difficult decision to make, and you need actually someone with expertise like
Oh, my
Andrea
gosh.
to assist. Because how do you evaluate it?
I know,
it's
with
just
my mom, when
overwhelming.
she passed away in 2006, now here's a woman who was never sick a day in her life outside of the common cold, and she was diagnosed with lung cancer. We had thought maybe she had bronchitis. She hid it very well from us, as close as we were, but always took care of her family, always put herself on the back burner, and when we discovered she was stricken with lung cancer, we thought, oh my word. So it was in, oh my goodness, June of 2006, and we lost her in October because it
Wow.
went full. I mean, it just spread all over. It was that bad. I mean, it had gone very quickly. And we had the horrible choice. I had to put her in hospice. And it was at the Palm Beach Gardens Medical Center in Palm Beach Gardens. And hearing about your service, to me, if I would have known about that back then, I would so much prefer to have you. As Jim was saying, keep your loved ones at home. It was just so rough because when you're forced with that decision to make so
fast,
hard and so fast,
Yep.
and trying to keep it together and trying to be strong, not just for your loved ones, for yourself, everybody. We all know what
and
that
it's a
feeling's
stressful
like.
time.
It's-
How can
oh
you
my
even
gosh.
evaluate in your mind without the expertise of someone like Andrea?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So thank God for your services.
Yes.
Thank God.
Yes.
And one of the things that I want to mention too is, I love having you in my show, and I have a show in Legends Radio.
Yes.
Legends Radio.
That's how we met.
100.3
Both,
FM.
you all know that I advertise on Legends Radio. Well, Andrea advertises on Legends Radio, but she also has a show Saturday morning at 10:30, 100.3 on your dial, or you can stream it, on
I've
the
listened
internet.
to it. It's wonderful.
Yes.
And it's wonderful because it is informative. Like one of the things that we're a different, Horizon Care Service is not just a private duty agency. We're very, very different. And one of the things that we're talking about in my radio show this month is mental health and being a caregiver, because sometimes you become a caregiver of your mother, your father, or your spouse,
Right.
and how hard that is. And one of the things that is very important, and that's when Jim comes in, is when a client comes into Horizon Care Services, we need to make sure that they have a will, they have a living will, they have a healthcare surrogate, they have a trust, or whatever they need to protect themselves.
Right.
We don't want to get involved with any of that. We want to get involved or providing the best of the best, from podiatry, from home visits for doctor's visits, medical equipment, bars in a bathroom or in a house to help, the person move around, anything and everything to make your life wonderful.
And the average person doesn't even understand all those decisions that will have to
Exactly.
be made.
So
it's
many.
wonderful to have Andrea
So
there to
many.
guide you along.
You need a checklist
Yes.
and then some. Right?
Yeah, and I always say, Jim, you've been doing elder law and trust and everything for a long time, and how important it is to have your ducks in order.
Yes.
And it's so important.
And people keep putting it off. That's what I hear. Well, a woman came to my office this week. She's in her 70s. She's never had a will, because they keep saying, I'll get to it, I'll get to it. And the years go by, and then something
true.
could happen.
It happens,
So
yes.
it's important to have
And what
it.
happens in my business, which is really sad, and we don't, had happened in the past. That's why we have implemented that every client that comes to us, we ask, do you have a will? Do you have a living will? If not, we have an attorney that we work with that can handle that for you. Because what happens is then if when a person passes, the body's taken and the caregiver leaves, then what?
Right.
What happened to your belongings? What happened to your dog?
That's
Right.
exactly
Cat?
right.
Right.
Whatever-
There's
what-
so much involved.
What happened? There's so much involved,
A lot.
and then people don't understand that the state, if a family doesn't claim,
So true.
the state is going to make a decision
involved,
for you.
right.
And who wants
Involved.
that in all reality?
No.
I mean, what you do is so essential. It's just
And what I love about
absolutely
the name of your
essential.
company is the word care in it.
Right,
Horizon
right.
Care Services. And that's the central part of the name, and it's the central part of the whole
Right.
idea of it, and the services that Andrea provides. Just
Yeah.
God bless you. I can't say that enough for being there for so many people.
Yes.
And I
over
love
20
it.
years.
And I love. That's why I think like on Friday, I guess I should have opened a bottle of champagne and celebrate. I was just so emotional
Right.
You should.
because
Aw,
it's
yeah.
been like a 20-year.
Your baby is 20 years
My
old.
baby's 20 years old, and how many lives I touched.
That's
Yeah.
right.
You know,
and that is so important.
and I was reading all of my reviews, and just remembering all the things that people say about, if it wasn't for you, I couldn't go through what I did with my dad,
Oh, yes. I
and
can
all
imagine.
those things that people say, and so that was kind of emotional. So
Yes.
I took my dogs and watched Netflix that whole night.
You had a binge on it.
I had a binge on it, yeah.
The babies,
Yeah.
the babies are fur babies.
Tell us the territory that you cover.
So
geographically.
I service from Hollywood, Florida, all the way down to Port St. Lucie.
Wow, that's a long
And
distance.
we also do skill. Like people don't understand. You don't have to go to a nursing home if you're on a ventilator, if you have a trach, or if you need injection, home IV. We do everything, anything and everything that we do. One of the things that unfortunately insurance doesn't pay for are care.
Right.
Is either you have to have long-term care insurance or you have the private pay because it's a service that's not covered by the insurance,
Right.
unfortunately.
Yes.
So
Well,
What made you want to get involved with this business from day one? What was it that, let me rephrase that. What was it that put that fire in you that said, this is what I want to do? I really want to do this.
I think I'm a caregiver.
right.
The words
You
I
know.
kind of think was going to come out of just meeting you.
I'm
I
a
could had a
caregiver.
feeling that was going to come
Yeah,
out.
it's like, from open the
wonderful.
door for somebody
Yeah,
to
yeah.
be kind, or I'm a caregiver. I like to take care of people.
That's wonderful.
I like to make people smile. I like to help.
You do. You make a
You
lot
know?
of people smile.
I like to help. And so, I have wonderful friends. I'm very blessed to have wonderful friends. I'm very blessed to have so many people who have supported my business. And because I am a caring person,
Right.
whatever you need.
It's obvious.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I'm very good to my employees. My employees have been with me for a long time.
That
Most-
speaks volumes.
Well,
yes.
that
Six-
most
six-
certainly does.
60% of my nurses have been with me for almost 20 years.
Wow.
Now, that's saying an awful lot.
Yes.
That really
Yes.
is.
Yeah. And I put a lot back into my employees, so they work harder.
The respect, the communication,
Yes.
all of it just turns in a circle, and it's so very important.
It's very
to have
important.
that, because if you don't have that, then you don't have anything really.
You have
it's
nothing.
Really, where are you going if you don't have that communication, that respect, and communication in any given situation?
It's customer service.
Right.
I feel that today and age, people lost the
Oh.
touch of the
Have
communication.
they ever?
And when a case manager from a hospital or a doctor or a social worker call us and say, hey, I need care for someone, I have a referral for you, it's be able for you, no problem, and handle that. We handle that right away. We
Spot
get
on.
right
That's
back to
important,
you.
yeah.
Spot on.
Let you know, hey, Maria, just
I
want
love
to
that.
let
I
you know
love
that, the caregiver is going to start with Mrs. Albertini at 1 o'clock this afternoon. It's be able to pick up the phone and have that person on the other line. Horizon
That's
Care
important.
Services, what can I do for you? And hold on. I'm serious. I'm not but it's serious.
Right on.
Or you don't get a live person when you call some of those agencies.
Your
don't?
call,
Yeah.
no, your
Yeah.
call is very important to us.
Right.
Would you
Yeah.
please hold the line? Okay, I'll sit here and
Or how about, please hold. And you'd be like, wait, I didn't even say anything yet. When can I say something?
I have to say that's hysterical, because I went through that. I had a day like that yesterday. I said, "Oh, please let 5 o'clock come already," but I was just, it was insane. It was insane. But I think we can all relate, right? We can all relate on that.
I mean, it's frustrating.
Very much
I mean,
so.
can you imagine a daughter or
To say the
son?
least.
Can you imagine a daughter and a son from New York calling my office? My mom is in the hospital. My dad is home alone. She is the caregiver. I don't know what to do. Can you send somebody there? Of course, we can get somebody there in an hour.
Instead of saying, please hold.
Please, no, hold. Oh wait, I didn't even say hi yet.
And your call is
Unbelievable.
very important. Oh, yeah.
So let's review. When people call 561-776-7757, they place the call.
Yes.
Let's go us through the process of what happens next.
So when somebody's in need of care, you just calling the office again at 561-776-7757, 24/7. After 5 o'clock, it gets transferred to a cell phone. So you're going to hear a little bit of music, but it goes right into a cell phone. And if it goes to a voicemail, there is a 15-minute rule to call back.
Okay?
So you're always going to get a call back. This is after 5
Right.
nights and weekends.
Right.
And they just have to call and tell them what their needs are.
Okay.
Because every need is individual plan.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Everybody's needs is different.
Absolutely.
So the family member call, or the doctor or the case manager call and tell them what they need.
Right.
And as soon as we take all the demographic information and find out the personality of the client, because we need to be able to match caregivers.
Of course.
That's important, yes.
Very important. They may have a dog. You don't like it. The caregiver doesn't like the dog or the cat, and then what happened?
Right.
So there's a lot.
Or allergic to the cat. I'm allergic to cats.
I'm allergic to cats, and I love cats. I love. But I'm so allergic, unfortunately.
That was my husband. Very
Yeah.
much so. Very much so.
So they call in, and we usually, as soon as we finish the paperwork and basically identifying the need and the personality of the patient, then we go over, and see what caregiver is available that fit the criteria
Right.
of that person.
Right.
And then we staff the case and let them
Right.
know, hey, we have a caregiver coming to your house at 1:00 today. Her name is Anna or Maria or whatever, and we'll go from there.
Okay, that's good. I wanted people to know how the process works.
Very easy. Very
Now,
easy.
Just curious, what's the longest assignment you've ever had? Do you remember roughly?
So one of my patients just turned 101, and
Wow.
she's been with me for 12 years.
God bless.
Wow, that speaks volumes.
So, Horizon provide life enrichment. It's like you don't have to get older and needing care to stop living.
Right.
We still do a schedule. We take you to the Kravitz Center, or, you want to go watch a concert. You want to, whatever you want to do, your life doesn't have to stop.
Right.
Right.
So it's like a companion
Yes.
service.
Yes, we do everything. Cook and clean and remind them to take their medication, take you to the doctors. Everything. We do everything. We manage their whole entire life of the client.
And what's important to realize too, it's not just for seniors. We can have health issues at any
any
part of our
age,
lives,
right.
and you need home health care.
Right.
So it's not just a senior issue.
No, we take care of a lot of patients who have hip and knee replacement.
Oh, right. That's
Oh.
big. Yes.
Spinal surgery,
Yeah.
and sometimes they're just short term. They
Right.
come in, they stay with us for 2 or 3 weeks.
Right.
A lot of patients has plastic surgeries. We take care of autistic children. We take care of,
Wow.
any child that doesn't need invasive.
Right.
If they need just the custodial care.
Right.
Because we're not a pediatric license agency. You know what I mean? So we can do the custodial,
Right.
bathing, dressing, cooking, taking care of them. So we have a lot of young
Yes.
patients
Yes.
that we do that. It's almost like a babysitting service kind
sure.
of thing, So we do that too.
My goodness, you do it all. You do it all.
Whatever they need, right?
Wowee.
That's it.
What do you think of that, everyone, huh? Now, again, that number is
561
561
776
776
7757. And then your
7757.
website is.
Horizons Care Services, excellence in home care.
I like your
that.
commercial. Horizon Care Services,
Oh,
because
it's-
there's no place like home.
Isn't it cute? Actually, Anthony Bucci, one of the singers that we sponsor,
Oh, Anthony Bucci, yes.
he wrote that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, he wrote that jingle.
Ah,
Yeah.
He's a wonderful entertainer.
He is, and then
Yes.
my husband, of course, produced it, So,
Yes, let's get back to the music a second, because
Yes.
the three of us have some connection to famous musicians.
It's funny how that
Yes,
is, isn't it?
yes.
It's like one big circle.
Deb's uncle is Trini
Yes.
Trini Lopez.
La
Remember?
Bamba.
oh,
yes,
wow,
yes.
that's
Lemon
awesome.
Tree, yeah. Unfortunately, we lost him to COVID. And, can't say enough about him. Yeah.
And 35 years ago, I met Connie Francis, the singer.
Yes.
And she's been a friend of mine for 35 years. But,
Connie
but
Francis,
this
where
is
are the
even
boys?
better. Andrea is married to Albertini, whose father was in the Four Aces.
Four
Al
Aces.
Albert.
Right,
Oh,
Al
I
Alberts
love
with the
that
Four
group.
Aces.
Yes.
And he did Mr. Sandman, Love is a Many Splendid
Mr.
Things.
Sandman.
Yeah.
I looked it up. I
Yeah.
was amazed.
Yeah.
Love is a many splendid. 3 coins in the
Three
fountain.
coins in a
3 coins in a
fountain.
fountain.
Stranger in Paradise.
Yes, it's
Tell Me
beautiful.
Why. Just beautiful. Perfidia, Sincerely.
Yeah.
All those songs
love
that
it.
we remember from back in the
Yeah.
50s and 60s. Beautiful.
Yeah, and then he went to retire from the Four Aces, and then he had a television show in Philadelphia called the Al Albert Showcase,
Oh, really?
Oh,
and there was a
wow.
little, it's
Interesting.
like a children talent show, and he had all the children, dance and sing and all that for like 33
Nice.
years on Channel 6.
Wow,
So-
how nice is that?
Now, you lived in Philadelphia for
I
a
lived
while,
in
right?
Philadelphia.
So is that where you met your husband?
Yes,
Okay.
that's where I met
Oh,
Al.
how did you meet, by the way?
Oh, it was a blind date.
A blind date.
A blind date, I didn't want it.
Really? It was a blind
It was a
date?
blind date, I didn't
You
want
were
it.
kicking and screaming, but
I was kicking and screaming. My clients, like, I got introduced you to this person. I said, I want to be single for the rest of my life.
one of those.
One of those.
I was going to
Wow.
play one of the Four Aces songs here.
All right.
I downloaded this last night just for us.
I love
The
it.
Four Aces.
This is Love in a Many,
Oh, yeah.
Love is a Many Splendid Thing.
I
He
love
sang that on my wedding.
Really? He did? Imagine Al Albert sang at that wedding, Love is a Many Splendid Thing. We're going to hear it here. This is the intro.
I love this song. It's some goosebumps. Ah, I love
Beautiful.
it. Love it.
The harmonies, the voices.
Love is a many splendid
She's a bring it back to your wedding?
My wedding was a showcase. I had him singing, and I had Sister Sledge singing.
You had Sister Sledge?
Yeah,
Sister
Kathy.
Sledge. Oh my
Not
goodness.
all the
goodness.
sisters,
Oh,
just
okay.
Kathy
They
Sledge,
live
the
in-
lead singer.
They live in Philadelphia?
She's friends with my
okay.
husband.
Oh.
Yeah, so she's singing "Love Is Here to Stay." So my wedding was my wedding was actually a showcase. It was theatrical. I had a guy singing an Italian song,
Nice.
and then we were having dessert, and he came with a candelabro and a mask singing Phantom of the Opera.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh yeah. So I
I'm
was.
trying to picture this at a wedding.
Did you video all
Oh
this?
yeah, and so I wasn't a celebrity of my own wedding, so that's okay.
Which the bride should be.
That's right. You're the bride. Absolutely.
And there was not one dry eye when my father-in-law sang "Love Is a Many Splendid
I
Things."
bet. I can
And
only imagine.
my husband and I was actually in a dance floor,
Right.
and he was in the middle singing, and there was like everybody's crying, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is my wedding."
This is actually happening.
Well, no one would forget that wedding.
No, absolutely not. If you do, oh boy.
Yeah. So,
What's the anniversary date?
the 23rd of March,
Okay.
March 23rd. Okay.
St. Patrick's Day.
Oh.
It always falls in St. Patrick's. 23rd, I think. 23rd, 25th.
Yeah, that's
I
St.
don't-
Patty's.
I don't know anymore. It's been too long.
The good luck. Luck of the Irish is what they say.
Yeah.
So let's also talk about some of the areas that you provide care for. Alzheimer's.
So we do a lot of dementia
Dementia.
care. Those are very special
Yes.
for us because it takes a village, you
Yes.
know, because it's a lot. It's meal preparation. It's a lot. And then we also do the surgical patient, like I said, the short term. And we do a lot of just long term, people who just can't drive anymore, need some assistance at home. And most of our patients stays with us for a long time. So another thing that we do is sometimes when patients are put on hospice sometimes only does visit,
Right.
unless it comes into crisis care, which is the last week of the person's life. So we also work very close with the hospice, so we can provide the hourly care. So if the family wants to hire that hourly care for their loved ones, they can do that. So
Well,
we
that's
do
so
that as
important,
well.
yes.
It's very important. So
And the beauty is, at a time like that, when you're losing your loved one, to have someone that has such a
The
caring.
compassion and the
Yes,
care is just
yeah.
amazing. And that's so.
Yeah.
The Lord directs you to this.
Right.
Well, the Lord directed you into this field.
Right.
Yeah.
And then to all those individuals, it's just a blessing.
you know what it really is? Like I said, that's why on Friday, my 20th anniversary, I just had so much mixed emotions. I felt so blessed.
Oh, sure.
And I felt so honored to be able, because it takes a leap of faith for a
That's
family member to call
does.
our agency.
Yes.
And we are very, very strict in how we solicit, how we get our caregivers. Like our caregivers are top notch.
Yeah, because you have to
know.
definitely screen them. You know, they're
We
with
do
the
this
patients.
thing, yeah, like we have the finger, you know, we do all the background check.
Yes.
You know, we're bonded, we're insured, we have liability insurance. I mean, we really have to protect that client.
Now, I was a guest on Andrea's show maybe a couple of months ago.
A couple of
wasn't it?
months ago, yeah.
And at that time, I spoke about the exploitation of seniors because I'm on the board of directors of the AR Agents on Aging. So I'm very well aware of the exploitation, not only financial, but physical exploitation. And I mentioned to Andrea, and she was shocked, a couple of my clients who were actually victimized by home health care workers, but they really weren't
Wow.
the professionals like Andrea. They were per diem workers at a hospital, local hospital here. And this is often the case. An elder is admitted to the hospital, has some procedure, and these per diem workers approach them and say, when you go home, I'll be happy to take care of you. So they built this relationship at the hospital, and the people say, okay, that would be nice, and then they provide the health care. Well, in two of the situations with my clients, they became financially exploited by those people. One actually convinced the gentleman to change his will, and she became the sole beneficiary of his will. Imagine.
Oh my gosh.
His only relatives, unfortunately, were in Europe, so they didn't even bother contesting it because, to contest something that far away
Wow.
would be difficult for them to do.
Wow.
But
That is just
she
wrong.
got away with that until we reported it to the police, and then there
Wow.
was a definite
That's really.
investigation.
There's
And the
no
other
words
one,
for
if you
that.
remember, was this woman who was caring for this elderly gentleman, and a previous caregiver happened to come by the house and was suspicious just about the circumstances. And this caregiver that was in the house was so threatened that she took a knife out of the kitchen drawer and pointed it at this other caregiver that had worked with the patient previously. And
I don't believe what I'm hearing.
I know, imagine.
I'm
This
so
is
serious. I'm
exploitation.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the police became involved, and that woman was arrested, naturally. But imagine being victimized by these people.
But it happens every day.
Yes.
And I'm gonna. So you have two things that
Yeah,
happen.
yeah.
Like he said, you're in a hospital. The aides offer, hey, when you go home, I can help you, or my brother, my sister,
Right.
my aunt, that can help you at home. That's one of the problems. Then you also have clients who actually, in Publix, all the people that carries your bag, they'll solicit those people.
Oh, really?
And they'll
That's
say,
right.
do you know anybody? I need some help. So they hire these people privately. And here's what's happening. A lot of independent living community and assisted living community have those people, those predators inside that go solicit the residents of the community, and the liability for that community to
Sure.
allow that private aid
Sure.
to be in the community. Because here's what happened. Let's say your mom is in a facility, an assisted living facility or independent living, and an outside person solicits them. If something happened, forget about the exploitation. If something happened in that property,
Right.
they're gonna sue the property and you personally.
Right.
Because
There you
there's
go.
no liability,
There you go.
there's nothing, there's no workers' comp, there's nothing. They're going to come after you. So it is so important that you use an agency. And I
Oh,
know
boy.
it's a little bit more money. It may cost you a couple dollars more, because what these people do, oh yeah, I work for you for less.
Right.
The agency is going to charge you this. I will work for you for this.
Right.
For the moment.
Right.
As soon as they grab you,
Wow.
all of a sudden, the person needs that
Yes.
person. You are paying more than an agency with no resources.
That's right.
So what about if that person can't make it that day? Then what happened?
Right.
Your mom or dad all alone.
Right.
There's nobody to count for.
Well, plus
What good points.
the
I'll tell you
background.
what,
There's no
that's-
background check.
No.
which is
Right,
so important.
there you
Criminal
go.
background
No
check.
background check.
Yeah.
You could have a criminal right in your
Yes,
house.
yes.
A predator in your
Yes.
house.
Lovely.
Can you imagine that?
No, I can't.
But it
I'm thinking- I'm
happens-
still in shock. I don't know what to think.
It happens every day.
And you
every
do
day.
hear of these things. It's
Yeah.
unfortunate. We have no choice but to hear the news and so on and so forth. But it's a crying shame. So
It is.
what you pay for the extra service with this lovely, beautiful human being, our angel over here,
Thank you.
it's so well worth it.
It really
what
is.
was the old saying? You get what you pay for. It
Yes.
might even, I mean, it's the quality.
It's
so
the
forget
quality.
the money. All right, yes, it's the money. I
And
understand. We
it's
all
not
know
that much more.
But the
People
thing of
think
it is,
it's a lot, but
the
it's not.
quality
Yeah.
and the care that
Yeah.
you're going to get, no matter what.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and we get clients, you
I
know.
want quality. I don't know about you.
I want
Everyone
quality is
wants
so.
Everybody
Everybody
wants
needs quality. We all need to get that in our heads. We need quality.
Exactly. We do.
Because we're so much in a rush to get on with life
I know.
and to take care of
Yeah.
the day. And what do we have to do? And run. And boy, I know that all too well. You're talking about that. Run.
That's my life, 60
And it's
hours a
like,
day.
Okay. But yeah, no,
6
the
hours a
quality
day.
is very. It's imperative.
It is.
So,
It really is. And just be
Yeah.
careful. Make
Yes.
sure you got your wheels. Call Jim. He's amazing. Have him do your trust. Have them do your will. Pick a healthcare surrogate. Protect yourself.
Yes.
Even if you're a 30-year-old, just got married, and you're planning a family, get your ducks in order. Protect yourselves.
Well, I had a married couple that was in a car accident together. They were making a left turn and a drunk driver hit them. They were both in comas for 6 months.
Wow.
And they had no health care surrogate. So nobody could make health care decisions for them. It's just so important not to put that off and really make sure you designate health care surrogates.
And you don't have to be old for that.
Right.
People think that, I'm going to get my will when I'm 65, 70. Absolutely not. I think everything should be done as soon as you start having a family. Or
That's
actually,
right.
after you're 18.
Right.
Because your parents cannot make decisions for you.
Right.
that's true.
Technically.
So
Very good
Especially
point.
the healthcare
Yeah, that's a good
decisions.
I'm
Which
going to have
I don't
Andrea
even-
make commercials for me. Look at she's my marketing representative.
Well, you know what it is? I think it's because I have seen it so much
Right.
in my
Absolutely.
industry.
Right.
I work with all the hospitals in Broward County, Palm Beach County, St. Louis County. And, gotta remember, I'm there marketing, talking to case managers and physicians, and you hear so much.
Sure.
You had a 19-year-old that was on a coma then now who's going to make decisions for her?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So, the parents, I don't know. You can answer that question. I don't know.
Well,
but,
a lot of them will allow the
Right.
parents to make a decision, but legally.
but what about if the person
they
is
could have-
incapacitated,
well,
though, Jim?
I know. No, they really need a healthcare surrogate designation.
You have to.
Because also you have the
it.
HIPAA regulations now about disclosing your
that's
records.
right.
Exactly.
HIPAA,
I
right.
can't talk to you. I can't talk to you.
Right.
I can't talk to
Right.
you.
They cannot disclose.
Don't let it happen to you. I
No.
can't talk to you. I can't. It's a piece of paper. It doesn't
Right.
cost you that much for
Right.
Jim to do that for you.
Right.
Trust me, it's worth it.
Thank you.
No, because I
She's right.
see it. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm so passionate.
don't
We love your
about-
passion. We
about
love the passion.
protecting
That's what
yourself.
makes you wonderful, your
Yes.
passion. Your
You
passion
know?
is what says it all about you. So
Yes.
no, never apologize. Don't you ever apologize.
I won't, I promise.
No.
Okay.
I did want to mention today is Angela Manfredi's birthday, who's a Legends radio host.
Oh,
And
happy birthday, Angela.
Yes.
Buon compleanno, Angela.
Feliz aniversario, parabéns.
Oh, my.
She's wonderful. Have you met Andrea?
Yes.
I mean, Angela.
Yes. Yes, because we kind of, I record my show at
Right.
different
Right.
times
Right.
sometimes,
Right.
so I get to
Yes,
see
so
her
we
sometimes.
wish you a beautiful day, Angela.
Happy birthday,
Yes,
Angela.
it's terrific. And what a difference a day makes. huh?
Yes, it most certainly does. What a difference this lady in our presence has made. We
Yes.
truly hope. We love being with you. You know that, everyone. And we,
Oh, I wanted to read something.
yes, before we head
Yes.
out, but you know how you affect us. You're our reason to be here.
Definitely. This is because of healthcare. Well, by the way, I don't know if Andrea knows. This is a dear friend of mine, Marie Pinschmidt, and she wrote this book, Out of My Mind and Into Your Heart. She's a friend of both of ours. And this is essays and poems
I
that
love
she's
that
written
friend.
throughout her life. And actually started writing later in her life. But they're so interesting because they cover so many topics. So today, I wanted to read Ode to a Nurse, since we're talking about
okay,
healthcare
spot on.
and nurses, okay? Pills and prescriptions, bedpans and shots, IVs, injections, bruises and clots, pillows and patches, platelets and plaques, blood counts, infusions, and aching backs, scalpels, sponges, casts and slings. These are a few of their favorite things. Moans and groans, occasional curses, heaped with caring and patient nurses. Gratitude often missing for the role they play throughout the night and throughout the day. Heroes they are, which nurses are, so give
Yes,
them
we
a
are.
break.
Yes.
They do their best when your health is at stake.
I
is
love
clever?
it.
Love
Oh,
you,
thank you
love
so
you, love
much.
you.
That's beautiful.
Isn't it?
Thank you, Marie. This is your
Marie
wonderful
Pinchman is a
wisdom
lovely
and,
woman.
I'm
and
gonna buy.
talents.
I'm gonna buy
Yes.
some of the books. This books to give out to
Yes.
my nurses.
Yeah, she's
They'll-
terrific.
And my patients, they'll love it.
Every show,
Well, it's
Marie's with us.
they're
with her
inspirational
beautiful essays,
topics
yeah.
too. It's really good
Very
reading.
inspirational.
And there's over 300 of them. So just for a half hour or 20 minutes, you could read and put this down, and then go back. Read
Yeah.
something interesting again.
Yeah.
It sounds
So
like
it's
an
wonderful.
amazing book.
Yes, and she's an amazing one. She's also an artist.
Yes.
She painted this cover.
Oh, that's beautiful.
We always like to highlight Marie. So thank you, Marie, for sharing
Her
this.
paintings are
talents with
absolutely
us.
exquisite. There's just no words to say.
Are you an artist?
No, I wish I was.
You are
Yes, you
blessed
are.
with
No,
it.
no,
I wish I was.
You
I'm,
are an
I'm
artist.
just a caregiver.
You are an artist by being a caregiver.
That's
You
it?
couldn't ask for a
Okay.
better artist.
Yeah,
Okay.
very creative talents for that.
Yes.
For sure.
Not
Creativity,
easy.
Yes. No.
It's not easy.
No,
But
Yeah.
we do it. And we
Well,
do it good.
You do it very well.
you
very
excel.
Well.
So we're so happy you were here with us today.
Yeah,
We're
thank
very
you.
happy. We
Thank
cannot
you.
thank- I'm so thrilled I've gotten the chance through Jim to meet you, and it's just thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Thank you for taking the
having
time to be
me.
with us, and we would love to have you back again. of course,
Anytime.
you know?
Anytime. I can
Um,
talk about anything
Oh, I
and
know.
everything.
I love it. I think it's fabulous.
So,
And
Well,
what a difference
what
a day
a difference
makes.
a day makes.
We like
and
to
with
close
that
with a
being
song in our
said,
show here.
Now,
We
I
sing.
love it.
We
had said
sing.
to
okay, I don't have a good
always-
voice, so I'm going to let him do it.
We always close this show, all of our followers who know us, with
What a difference a day makes. 24 little hours brought the sun and the flowers where there used to be rain. What a difference a day makes. And the difference is you and you and you and you and you and you and you. Thank you for joining us today. We always appreciate you being with us. And
Take good care.
please share this with others that you know. And thank you